Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Foot Soldiers podcast that is still unnamed. I'm Luke. I'm joined today by Conrad. We're going to be talking about how Cavalry have been doing so far and talking about the coming games. So let's get into it.
It's not been pretty recently. That's, I think,
Yeah.
an easy thing to say.
Yeah. The vibes are low right now. The vibes are really, really low. Of course, the 0-0 draw yesterday to Vancouver away, that felt like a loss in many ways. I don't think they ever came close to scoring a goal. Of course, the penalty loss on Tuesday, in which they, again, never really got close to scoring. And then, of course, the humiliating defeat to Ottawa the weekend before.
Yeah, and that comes after a string of great results once we got out of April. So
Yes, just looking back here at the schedule so far, out of April they were scoring for fun. It all started with the 6-0 win against Scottish, which of course was, you're not going to put a lot of stock into beating an amateur team, but then 3-0 against Halifax, 4-0 against Pacific, 4-0 against Valor. Then it all kind of came to a bit of a stop in May with the 1-1 draw to Forge. But this team has been very all or nothing, I would say.
I've been calling it bipolar.
Bipolar, yeah. That works.
As you said, like, we could score at will in May. Obviously, everyone in the league was laughing at us in April because we can't score in April, and that's kind of become the joke league-wide now.
Yeah, Tommy was leaning into it too.
Yeah, and I thought they had everything figured out, but that I didn't put as much stock into the Atletico loss because Atletico,
that just always happens.
give them their flowers this
Yeah.
year. They're not the park the bus squad as much as they were in seasons past.
Yeah, that's
so I can accept that loss. The Vancouver loss in the Can Champ was abysmal. Yeah, and it wasn't like there was even chances. Like,
No.
I'd argue that we had more chances in this 0-0 draw against Vancouver in CPL play.
Yeah.
But heaven forbid Nicholas Walling takes that shot on the first touch. But regardless, like, this is after a period where I felt good about the Cavs. This may be as dark as I've felt since losing to Pumas in the away leg. Obviously, you had a little bit of a closer witness to that loss.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I didn't even
going
feel
from
low after that loss at all, to be honest with you. Like, I just feel this is terrible right now. And especially the concerning part to me is that we don't have guys going who should be going.
No, and as we kind of talked about when we were setting this whole thing up, there's not a whole lot of depth that's showing outside of someone like Max Peepgrass. Like, he's kind of been the best depth that we've found. Obviously, a Cavalry FC draft pick. But he's a CDM. He's not going to produce goals for us.
Yeah.
We bring in a guy like Kanija Elva, who has pedigree, had all sorts of hype. We sign Jay Herdman out of Vancouver FC2 to start attacking.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, we retain Nicholas Walling. But this team can't score goals outside of Toby Warshevsky, and even that's dried up of late.
Yeah, well, he hasn't scored in, 4 or 5 games that we're saying on the broadcast. So,
yeah.
Like, it's not just that they're not scoring, it's that they're not, like, they're just not threatening at all. Because yesterday, I think Tommy made the right sub, if maybe a little bit late, but when he brought on Musi, Elva, and Herdman, I thought that was going to change the game.
Those are 3 names that should not be coming off the bench. Let's be real.
I would tend to agree there.
Let's be honest, like, Ali Musi, I know people are driven mad by the play of Ali Musi sometimes because he doesn't track back, and if he can't get the ball to his left foot, it seems the danger dries up. But he's a player that, when he's on, is one of the best attacking players on the wing that this league has seen.
I would definitely agree with you there, although I would kind of push back on that a little bit. I do think that Musi hasn't done a lot in recent games either when he's been playing. He should be starting 100%, but he's not raising the level of the team right now either.
But what other options do we have?
Yeah,
are we going to start Owen Antoniak? Like, as much as I love Owen because of my League One ties.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
he's not ready yet.
I think I would crash out, to be honest, if I saw Owen Antoniak in the starting lineup.
You know what? If you see him starting against maybe Valor, like, give him 45 minutes, I understand that.
Just try something different,
when this team can't score, you can't give those guys the chance. Like, James McGlinchey, that's another name that's been in around the Cavs. Obviously, he's on his U Sports deal, I believe, still.
Is he not on a youth contract?
Yeah, he's 17. You're right. So he's on one of the youth contracts, not even the U Sports deal.
Yeah. Well, I've seen him play for the U21s. Like, he's been pretty good too. But like, I don't think the problem right now is in the midfield because, as you said, we have Max Peepgrass, who's been pretty good. Shamit Shomes obviously has been unbelievable, the king of Bangladesh.
Well, and who knows the health of Shamit Shome?
Oh God, yeah, I forgot about that.
People were speculating that it's an MCL injury that he's just taken, and
yeah, we might.
That's another knee injury for the Caps. Like,
yeah,
and I've been ranting about this. You've seen it in some of the chats we're in. How many knee injuries has this club had? Like, I know it's an epidemic in all of soccer, but it seems that something's going on with Cavalry. And yes, we can have the critique of why are we playing on turf in a professional league? We're in Canada, turf makes sense. I'm not going to even go into that argument. But like, how many players are we going to lose to knee injuries and just be like, oh, we can't change anything in our physio schedules. We can't change anything in the way we train. Like, it's just bashing our head against the wall and expecting different results at this point.
Yeah, I tend to agree. It's kind of incredible, actually, how many people this has been happening to and how long it's been going on. Because like this, like if it happens a few times to guys like Kanija Elva, a guy who's been injury prone his whole career, like similar with Camargo, like that I can accept more. But when it's so many different players for so long, that's what I think there's, like, you're right. It points to a systemic issue and something that the club's doing.
Yeah, and the other systemic problem is players deciding they don't want to play for this team.
Oh God, yeah. Well, start off with Bevan.
Well, no, it starts before that.
Oh yeah,
Jose Escalante.
Oh yeah, right. Completely forgot about that whole saga.
Yeah, it goes from us to retired and playing League 4 in Honduras.
Well, he was at the Club World Cup final yesterday. He was hanging out with Trump, so
lovely. But yeah, like Leighton Brooks, obviously kind of a different scenario.
Yeah, I think that was more of a you're fired situation, but
yeah, but Meyer Bevan obviously. Imagine if we had Meyer Bevan to be the super sub if we needed to swap out Toby right now.
I actually think Bevan and Toby together would be incredible for what this team needs, because I've been saying this for a while. I think the issue with Toby is I don't think he works great as a lone striker. I think he just moves around too much. Because I'll be watching the game, and suddenly Toby will pop up. He'll be at right back. He'll be at number 10. He'll be anywhere but inside the box. Like, you want to have someone to just camp in the box and take those chances that Toby's creating. Because Toby's a fantastic player. I think he's probably the best player in the league right now. But when he's creating chances and there's no one in the box, that's an issue. Which is why I think having Meyer Bevan with Toby would be fantastic. That'd be the dream, to be honest.
Could be. And I'm trying to look up how many contract slots we have available.
I can get
because we do have a transfer window coming up, right?
Yes.
In the next
when does it open?
I can't.
I think in like a week even.
Yeah. So upcoming. But is striker really the position that we need to worry about, or because there's another position that you harp on?
Yeah, the center
every
back.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible how long this team has not had the number of people in center back. Like, if it weren't for Eric Kobza in 2023, we would have just been fucked at center back. Because Dan Klomp, we were so lucky to have Dan Klomp for as long as we did, playing every single minute. But then you bring in Callum Montgomery, who's always going to miss half the games. No, he's been good. He's been good. But I love Callum Montgomery. But he's not, like, he's very injury prone. Right, like
we've been blessed to have him as many games as we've had this year.
Yeah, this year's been. Although looking it up, he did play 23 games last year, so perhaps I am overstating a little bit his injury proneness. It was just that one really bad one.
You're not. I've been talking to when he was with the San Diego Loyal. He missed half of their games. I have friends that are still fans of that club, even though it no longer exists, talking to me about how is he playing as many games as he is.
Yeah, no, because in 2023, I see he played 13 games. I remember he had that. I think it was like plantar fasciitis. He just missed half the year to that, which is kind of crazy. But so we've been lucky to have Cal Montgomery pretty much every game this year, and then we have Eric Kobza, who he did go through a bit of a rough spell, but I also think he's
and I don't rate Eric Kobza, to be entirely honest. I don't think he's a center back in an ideal world.
I would tend to agree.
Option.
I don't think he's a regular starter on a top team in this league.
I would 100% agree with that.
I think he's a very valuable player to have on the bench because he can play several positions and he's like fine, but I don't think he's raising the level of what this team can be.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I was really excited for Levi Lang to come in and see what he would bring, but
he's been good, but he's not raising the level of the team.
No, and for the for his contract value, you're probably not expecting him to.
Yeah.
And then there's Tom Field, who again another guy who
not really a center back.
Yeah, he's technically probably should be a left back.
But we have 3 left backs right now, so that's why he's not going to be really doing that. But
yeah, and that's also the other problem when it's Tom Field and Callum Montgomery who are our 2 center backs. It's 2 left-footed center backs.
Yeah, well that's like I've talked to people who play the game. Like it's very hard for left-footed center backs to play on the right side. Very hard. Well, a lot harder than the other way around.
I 100% agree. And then obviously sucks to not have Brad because
I think that's. Sorry, go ahead.
I would play Brad as a center back occasionally as a rotational player, but obviously discipline and health has kind of kept him out for most of the season.
Yeah, it's been not great, and I think he's still going to be a few weeks until he can come back. So, we have Gerasimenkov at left back, who I think he's my starting left back even when Brad comes back.
Yeah, but then you can rotate Brad in as a center back.
Brad can, take some, give Callum Montgomery a bit of a rest when Eric Cobbs is not necessarily at the levels. You can give him a bit of a rest. It's not. The defense is not really my concern right now. Like I would like another center back, perhaps Dan Klomp.
Well, that's the whole conversation.
Yeah, well, I'm a believer that it's going to get done, but
But the more and more time it takes, obviously, with the transfer window opening, seeing is believing. And I talked to Dan when he was here in Calgary training with the club, and he's like, I miss it because the club he's with now.
Yeah, he's just not playing.
He's not playing, and
they got promoted, so he's not going to play.
Yeah, and he said it's difficult for him because as much as he wanted to be able to communicate in his own Dutch, he's in the German part of Belgium. Like he's not able to communicate around the club.
That's interesting, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was something I talked with him about, and he said I can get away. A lot of the people do have some Dutch, but he's like, that's proving to be more difficult than I thought it would be.
July 24th is when the window opens, so that's 10 days from now.
10 days from now.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
So I think there are some major changes the squad needs to make. Whether that is, hey, maybe we use our connection to Oliver Minitel and the club down in Orlando, bring up some guys from their MLS2 club.
That'd be kind of great, to be honest. But yeah. I don't know what I would do, to be honest with this. We need to have some kind of change in the team because the squad right now, like they had that great run, but they're just not doing it at the minute. Especially, I think a lot of the forwards. Like we cannot be. I hate to say it, but we cannot be starting Nicholas Walling every week and expect to be like a serious team in this league. You just can't be doing that. And like he was good in the first game against Pumas, but like since then it's.
But he was playing at right back in that game.
Yeah, that's true. He played right back last week or on Tuesday too, didn't he? Against in the cup game. When we didn't play Fraser Aird for some reason. I don't know what was up with that. If it was just Tommy not taking the game perhaps as seriously, but like I would think right now Fraser Aird might be up there for my MVP of the season.
Oh, I'm 100% in agreement. He's been a leader on the pitch, and like he's one of the older guys on this club. Like
he's an elder statesman. Yeah.
So for him to be having maybe the season of his career is huge. Another guy that's been having a career year after battling injury the last few years is Sergio Camargo. Like he scored some pretty key goals for this team, whether they be in the first or third minute.
Yes. Yeah. But I do think on Camargo, I think he just needs a rest, to be honest, because it was pretty hard to watch yesterday. So I think I would just rest him entirely. Next week.
But what are your options? Like, are you going to run Nico Moroniak in the center of midfield, which we've said is a terrible mistake so many times in the past?
I would Musi, Warshevsky, Elva, and someone else.
It probably then has to be Gutierrez in a more attacking role.
I don't really want that either.
I agree. But what are our other options? Like
I know,
as I said, James McGlinchey.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just thinking about like the long term.
Run out your 18-year-old.
Yeah, just thinking about like the long term goals of this team, I think the team would benefit with Camargo getting a week off.
And we do have that flexibility now that we don't have the Canadian Championship to worry about.
Yeah, that's true. It's a blessing in disguise, really. That was a Tommy masterclass losing that game.
Yeah, he just said, I don't care about that way to get into into international competition next year. We're just going to focus on the main roster and main season, right?
It hurts me so much that one of Vancouver FC, Vancouver Whitecaps, Forge, or Ottawa are going to win it. Like, that's just like my absolute nightmare Final Four, to be honest with you.
However, I'm so happy that it's Whitecaps paired up against Forge, because I think they're the best chance to bounce Forge out of that competition too. So.
I hope Forge get fucking destroyed by the Whitecaps, actually.
Yeah.
That would be great.
But it is this huge step back for Cavalry.
Yeah. No, well, it's another early cup exit since the run in the first year when we got to the semifinal, obviously. Like, I saw someone post this. We have not been past the quarterfinals.
No.
And every time we've been knocked out by a BC team, which is just an interesting little tidbit, but like I don't.
We just need BC to separate instead of Alberta and not be in the Canadian Championship anymore.
Yeah, then we dog walk the competition every year because we should be like we're in the West. Like the West is significantly weaker than the East. Right, we only have the Whitecaps. They're the only team that on paper should be threatening us. Like we should. I'm sorry, but we should not be We should be penciling in Vancouver FC as a tie that we should be moving through.
And I think that maybe was the detriment to the squad that Tommy selected, that he did overlook Vancouver.
I do agree. I think there was a bit of complacency there.
And God, I love Marco Carducci.
He cannot save a penalty.
Can we just, Marco, your only off-season regiment is you are going to go and learn how to face penalties.
Yeah, just hang out with Toby. Have Toby take 1 billion shots on you every day.
Toby will be too busy playing.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, somehow though, you're right though, because it's actually incredible. Like I'm not going to rag on Marco too much. I still think he's an above average goalie in this league. But for the love of God, man, like his penalty taking or his penalty saving is hard to watch. He's not even close to these.
No.
And then you see Callum Irving. Like I don't even think Marlon Henry's penalty was it wasn't a great penalty.
But the fact that that was something I was going to say about yesterday's game.
Yeah.
Is I think Mael was trying to do too much last night after feeling that he bore the brunt of the blame for the penalty shoot.
I feel so bad for him, to be honest, because it wasn't really his fault. I don't think it was even that bad of a penalty. Like, Callum Irving just guessed right. And that's going to happen to someone, but I do think it was the right move to start him. I think you have to give him that chance to at least try and bounce back right away and not let him like sit with it for too long. But
I don't think he was the problem last night.
Oh no, he was. I don't think at all. But to be honest, the main people I'm upset with from last night are the 3 subs: Ali Musi, Jay Herdman, and Khadija Elva. Like you can say all you want.
I've hated Herdman all year. Yeah. Like let's be honest.
Yeah,
like he has not been the player that he's not been the player that we had on loan last year. Like
I don't know
whether
if
that's.
I don't know if he's just trying to like prove himself on the loan or if he's now like the guaranteed contract. But you're right.
Yeah, like. I think last year is trying to say to Whitecaps, I deserve a shot in the MLS. And then for him to take the maybe perceived step down and be a full-time CPLer, like maybe that's...
Yeah, well, it's not... I think he's thinking now, like, well, I'm not making it to the MLS anyway, so why would I,
put the effort in?
Yeah, which is not a great mentality to have. But yeah, so it's Herdman, it's Musi, and it's Elva. Because they were coming off the bench for 15 or was it 30, 25 minutes?
Let's call it 25.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But they're coming off the bench against a team. Were they already down to 10 men at that point either? I don't remember.
Yes, they were after the red card.
Okay, so they were coming off the bench for 20 minutes against a team of 10 men who are all tired. They should have the energy and the spark to actually go forward and make stuff happen. And that's just not what happened. It was the same as the guys they replaced. Like, I did not notice any improvement at all in the team after those subs came on.
Yeah, and it was just seemingly a lack of urgency from everybody on the field. Like, that's something I've seen with football this year. It isn't the Tommy ball we saw in the first 3 seasons of the CPL.
No, it's a different time.
It's a full court press.
Oh, well, that's what Vancouver did yesterday, though. It was actually kind of incredible watching.
Yeah.
Like, it was unbelievable. It was not like it's not like Ashton Gobte's team at all. But, like, they would look like prime Liverpool out there, the way they were pressing us back into our own half.
Yeah.
For the whole game. It was incredible, actually. I think we were lucky not to lose that game again. I mean, Vancouver didn't really do anything either, but like I think this team struggles to break down a high press.
Yeah, and
well, Ottawa did it to us too.
I agree. but it's going to get more difficult if that Shome injury is severe as we think, because if we're without Shome and a player that didn't get to really show well for us, but I think had the pedigree, Michael Maldissimo, we forget that he's been injured all year.
I think he's only, again, 2 or 3 weeks away, which is, I guess it's a long time in the scheme of things.
The scheme of things, if we're trying to hold off,
we could be out of the race for top 2 by then.
Yep.
Let's say what it is. I think that has to be like the expectation at this point is top 2.
Yeah, and we have to remember we technically do have a game in hand of the 2 teams above us, but even if that is a game against Valor, which in theory should always be 3 points. Yeah, that only puts us on 20. That only puts us on 25.
25 is still 3 behind Forge and Ottawa.
And Forge doesn't look like they're going to lose a match.
No.
Like, let's be honest. Even with the poorer than usual Forge form.
Oh yeah, they're undefeated.
They still look good.
Like it's gonna like at this point, halfway through the season, like an invincible season from Forge is not impossible.
No. Going to be a lot of draws in that mix, but
yeah. I'm just looking at Forge's form right now. Yeah, I just can't believe how good Ottawa are. Also, like that's actually what's more scary to me. I think that the top 2 might be tough this year. Like maybe, but again, this time last year we were saying the same thing.
It's 100%.
And then like this team, like they can lock it in. Like I still think they have the talent. This is the goddamn champions, right?
Champions with very few changes to the roster.
Yeah. The only real loss is Dan Klump, but again, the defense has not been the problem.
Hey, we lost Lowell Wright, the greatest number in all of football.
Big number 80 Lowell Wright. Isn't he in like League 1 BC now? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
That's incredible.
Well, and Charlie Trafford. Like,
I think the Mad Dog. That's true, actually. That's true. I forgot about that. That's a huge loss.
Because as we saw, Tommy used him as a center back when we were starting to struggle and slip last year.
Yeah, and that
we don't have that opportunity.
Well, he's a stabilizing force, I think.
The Mushroom King.
Yeah, the Mad Dog himself.
Yeah.
Like he locked it in for those games against Pumas, and I'll never forget that. But that is, I completely forgot that is a pretty big loss too.
Yeah.
But just looking at all the guys.
And the other thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
The other thing that I wanted to see this year was to potentially see Marco get some time off.
Yeah, like, that's just
allow
not been,
Joseph Holiday, and Holiday got 1 match against Scottish.
I think if he's 0 shots that match. He made a save. He made 1 save because I remember we did a Holiday chant for that. But
yeah, but like, are we gonna run Joseph Holiday against Valor, even though that's a much-win matchup? Probably not.
Whether or not we should, Tommy's not going to.
No.
Like that's a separate conversation. Like we do have we signed that other U Sports goalie I saw. So I don't know if they
Nevin Fuster.
No, Nevin Fuster's a development guy. Also, I love him because he follows me on Instagram. So
shout out to the Instagram follow.
Yeah, shout out Nevin Fuster. He's great though, but he's like I think the 4th string goalie because he's 2007. That's just crazy seeing 2007 on a list of people.
Oh, don't! You're younger than I am.
Yeah.
My roster.
Yeah, Daniel Clark. That's the U Sport guy.
Oh, wait, Dan Clark. He was the Dinos keeper, if I remember.
I'm just reading it here. Cape Breton.
Okay, so Cape Breton University.
Yeah.
And you have to assume he's probably going to go back.
Yeah, but like that's it was 2003. He could be. I guess you can't be a U Sport contract if you're not going back.
Correct. Well, we saw it last year.
Well, like if you're graduating is what I mean.
I'm not sure on that. I would have to.
No, it is. I have. I'm pretty sure you have to be eligible to go back next year.
Which is weird because isn't Max a senior and still on a U Sports contract? But I digress.
I don't know. I'm not going to ask too many questions about that. But
and we had Nico Moroniak on a U Sports contract, and then he wasn't last year.
Yeah, so I don't really know. I don't know if that was the right move for him necessarily to give up school for that. But
you know what? Up to the player at this point.
Yeah.
But I think we're kind of talking ourselves in circles. So maybe this is a good point to call it for the first episode.
I just want to talk. A little bit maybe about the Valor game coming up this weekend.
It's a must win.
It's a must win. Yeah, I'm calling it because if we lose, we're now 8 points back of second, or halfway through the season. Like it's a must win.
And look at Valor's run of form. 0 wins in the last 5 matches.
Yeah.
And so this was a team that was pumped up after how well they played against Whitecaps, right?
Yeah. Well, that probably took all their energy in that one. But this is a team that we beat 4-0 a month and a half ago, Right. Like, let's say it what it is. This is not a good team in the CPL.
Which is so sad. I thought they were actually going to be so much better this year. But they haven't been. They're going to win the wooden spoon again.
They're on 8 points. Well, they're not even last right now.
Oh, right. They're not. Oh, boy.
They have a minus 20 goal differential. That's insane.
Yeah, the Vancouver FC, the best 8th place team
The
in the
best
league.
left. I love that quote so much. Like, I'm sorry, but that was kind of awesome.
And I guess that my question is, who does Valor run out as their keeper? Because we've seen him harass a few times, and he certainly isn't him.
Nope.
Do you run out the 34-year-old Jonathan Viscosi to try and take points away from Cavalry?
Well, they're going to turtle so hard on Sunday.
Well, they're going to run out all 3 of their center backs, probably.
Yep.
Facineri, Romeo, and Egwu.
Mm-hmm.
Rafa Heen's going to take a bad yellow, as is tradition.
Oh, maybe he'll score another own goal.
0-8.
Okay.
That's kind of what we have to hope for from this match, is another thrashing to try and get some of our momentum back for our goal scorers.
And 8-0 would rock so hard right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would declare this team back if that happens.
0-8, and as much as I love Roberto Alarcon red card would help that out.
Yeah, that would.
I'm gonna put that out into the universe.
Yeah, that'd be great too.
But yeah, it's a must-win against a team that struggles to score goals just like us right now.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not going to be a great watch.
No,
just have to find a way to win. That's all that matters.
As Sean Clark says, just fucking win, baby.
Yeah, because Ottawa play Halifax, that's also a huge game, I think.
Depends on which Halifax team comes out, because they've also been kind of bipolar.
Yeah, and then Forge Pacific. So yeah, like I think Forge are probably going to beat Pacific.
Come on, you boys in purple. Yeah. Hold it to a draw.
Yeah, please. And then if Ottawa drop any points against Halifax, I think that's a win. And then we have to win. We just have to win. That's all it is. Okay?
Just win, baby.